welcome to ISE 2022 in beautiful Barcelona, Spain. I have said that many times over the past few days, and I never get sick of saying it. It's been absolutely gorgeous here. This is Rich Fregosa. I'm here with Daryl Friedman, who is the new, well, not even new anymore, but you've been here for
5 months now.
Over 5 months, but your official title is the Global President and CEO of Cedia. Welcome. Welcome to Barcelona.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here. What a great show this is. It's just exceeding my expectations.
Well, you and I have had the opportunity to sit on small screens across from one another. So
yes.
We're finally getting the chance to share some space. And it was funny, we were talking before we were recording that, there was this small little virus that caused it.
I heard about that.
The rumors, I'm not sure, at this point,
yeah.
They caused a slight pause in how our industry worked. And we're finally getting back to a trade show. And one of the things that obviously Cedia deals with the CI, the custom installation market, North America, EMEA, as attendees. There's obviously the shows, and we'll get to that. But for an attendee, it's always I can maybe make the next show, or there'll always be another show. There was a little bit more flexibility on them. But when you're a trade organization like Cedia, it's not just something you can start and stop and turn on a dime. And even when we originally were planning on having ISE to now, as things opened up, I've been talking to a lot of the exhibitors, is that there's the feeling of how is the show gonna be, where you kind of sit there and go, here we go, or gangbusters, here we go. And this is your opportunity as CEO to be able to attend your trade show.
Exactly.
Tell me some of your impressions about being in Barcelona and finally getting a chance to do something other than a Zoom call with your dealers.
Yeah, well, I've done Zoom calls plenty, but I've also been around just to meet one-on-one with integrators and manufacturers around the world, in London and LA and New York. But nothing is like this. Nothing is like the opening of the show, when those doors open, that throng of the crowd massed into into those turnstiles. It was just so exciting because we've been waiting so long for this. And this is a chance for me, for many people here, it's a chance to reconnect and renew and see people they haven't seen in years. But for me, it's a chance to meet everybody and really, meet hundreds of people at once. And so it's just an exciting time as a new CEO of Cedia to come in and just make myself acquainted with so many great integrators and manufacturers.
Well, and not to understate things, but it's not like Cedia has a small involvement in this show. You might have a partner in this whole process, and as I like to say, my new one with I want to be friends with virtual mic, with holographic mic. But this is an interesting time, and the ability, especially with ISE, it is a unique show. In North America stateside, we have a little bit of a separation, but here there's a lot of collaboration, there's a lot of partnership. Tell me a little bit about the partnership and what you've seen. I mean, because we've got digital signage under here, we've got IoT, and then we've got the CI channel. So tell me about how you see Cedia's presence here and the collaboration with the AVIXA and everybody else.
Yeah, well, we have, of course, the partners. ISE is co-owned by AVIXA and Cedia, and of course ISE is managed so well by Mike Blackman. And I finally figured out, it always seemed like he was in 3 different places at once. Now I finally figured out why. I've been talking to a hologram this whole time, working with him, but it's been great. The partnership is fantastic with AVIXA. Dave Labuscus and I talk all the time, even stateside. I mean, we talk, they're mostly commercial, we're mostly residential, but we have a lot of commonalities, and he's just a great leader of that organization. So we've just developed a friendship as well as a collaboration. And of course, Mike has been an incredible leader of this show. And bringing this show back after the challenges of COVID and being away, to see it come back so strong is really a testament to the entire ISE staff. I'm just so proud of them.
Well, now Cedia's here, and you've got the chance to communicate and reach out. Like I said, reconnect for some, but for you, it's literally connect and to get an idea of what their voices are. And what do you feel is Cedia's approach in towards their dealer base here, and really Cedia going forward? Now that we're out of this, like I said, in that new normal, where's your vision at this point that you've had the opportunity to be with everybody? I mean, because sometimes, again, you can deal with, you can call it with the intellectual side, but then there's actually the heart of Cedia.
Right.
And we were talking earlier, my first show was Cedia #2.
Right, incredible.
So seeing the progression and the love, and obviously, it's no secret the love I have for the organization. But how do you see yourself as the new steward of the organization moving forward and really connecting with, in this case, the EMEA market?
Right. Well, the board, which is also made up of international board members from EMA, of Mexico, and the United States, and they asked me that question about, what does Cedia need to do better? What is Cedia not doing? And when I looked at the organization, I saw an organization that was doing incredible work and maybe not doing a good job of telling the story of the work they were doing. And what I want to do is just champion that story. I mean, there are things that only Cedia can do. The advocacy work we do internationally, protecting integrators' livelihoods, state by state in the US, but also our team in the EMEA just went to the House of Lords and advocated for the integrators there. We have work in Australia, creating standards for the whole industry. No one else but Cedia can do that work. And I'm just here to champion that and tell the story to the integrator community, build our membership, and let the staff do the great work they do.
It sounds like you had a nice little meeting with the mayor of Barcelona when you first got here, too.
Yeah, she was really fantastic. The welcome we've had from the city and from the region. But the president of Catalonia also came and did a floor tour of the show. Very impressive. He's 40 years old. And so it's just to see the welcome from this city and this region for ISE and the success of the show, the tens of thousands of people that have walked through the door already. It's very gratifying to know that we waited so long for this moment, and to see it unfold in this way, it's just very gratifying.
Well, I mean, your enthusiasm, your energy always comes out even across the screen. But being in the same room, it heartens us to be able to see that love that you've got for the organization starting to come out. I know that you have the booth on the floor. Mm-hmm. That is, if we have people here in Barcelona who want to go ahead and visit the Cedia booth, but let's say we can't make it to Barcelona, how can we find out more info on Cedia?
Well, Cedia.net is a good place to start, and our social media feeds, both EMEA and the US have social media feeds, but also you can reach out to me. I'm very accessible, CEO at Cedia.org, and people email me every day and say, I have an idea for you, I have a question about that. If I can't answer it, which is often the case being as new as I am, I'll pass it on to the team member. But I love to hear from the community itself. So any of those ways are great ways to connect with Cedia.
Well, great. Daryl, thanks so much for taking the time. It is truly a pleasure to finally meet you and get some time and see you smiling and work our way through.
Yeah, instead of that box.
Exactly. We won't frame each other anymore. Well, obviously, if you want to find out more information on Cedia, we can find them on the website. If you want more information about ISE 2022 and our coverage here of all of our other exhibitors, you can find it on the AVNation website, our Twitter feed, all of our other social media verticals. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to stretch it out and milk it, I can't. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to Daryl, but thanks for your time. And this is Rich Fregosa for AVNation.tv.